There are a ton of super famous family connections within the entertainment industry, like the Hemsworth siblings and the Kardashian crew. However, there are also loads of celebrity family ties across Hollywood who are way less known. In fact, you may be shocked to discover these next few celebs all have ancestry relations. Are there any surprising Hollywood stars we may have missed on this countdown? Don't forget to share your responses in the comments, and let's jump right in. Taking our 10th spot are Beyoncé and Bianca Lawson. When Tina Knowles and Richard Lawson got married in 2015, Beyoncé and Bianca became stepsisters. But according to New York Daily News, Beyoncé isn't Bianca's only famous family connection, as Bianca's mom was also Anna Gordy's niece. Back in 2021, the Queen Sugar actress updated fans on her life, where Bianca discussed how she was handling living and working in the prime of unprecedented times. Despite popping up as the coolest black girl around in popular franchises like Pretty Little Liars, The Vampire Diaries, and Saved by the Bell, Bianca's biggest success is from her time as Darla Sutton on Queen Sugar. Their 2021 season was shot with the stars working and living in separate pods. As for Beyoncé, she very recently dropped the announcement of her upcoming world tour. The megastar started Black History Month off for the books when she unveiled the news of her highly awaited Renaissance World Tour through a simple Instagram post. Despite not providing immediate details on the shows set to launch later this year, the touring event is slated to hit 40 North American and European cities. Before we jump into number 9, tap the like button on today's video if you're an OG subscriber. And if you're new to the WATN fam, go ahead and turn that thumb button blue anyway. Taking our 9th spot are Riley Keough and Elvis Presley. This one may be a little bit more obvious, but I've heard a few people don't actually know of this, so here we go. The American Horror Story actress was birthed by the late Lisa Marie, making her grandfather the king of rock and roll. However, Elvis passed in 1989 before Riley was born, so the actress never got to meet the legend who came before her. Still, as the daughter of the R&R king, Riley is also the granddaughter of Priscilla Presley. And Riley is extremely disappointed with Priscilla for publicly challenging Lisa Marie's trust. An ET source stated how Riley feels Priscilla's motives go directly against her mother's wishes. As for Lisa Marie, the same source disclosed she and Priscilla's lack of a healthy or close relationship prior to Riley's mother's death, while also adding that they faced various intense complications. This could low-key be a part of the reason this newfound issue has suddenly taken over the Presleys' lives. Taking our 8th spot are Jessica Capshaw and Steven Spielberg. Grey's Anatomy fans fell massively hard for Jessica's roller skating, pediatric surgeon portrayal, and of course, even more have done the exact same for Steven's iconic decades-long work. As for InStyle, the award-winning director has been Jessica's stepdad since his 1991 marriage to her mom, Kate. Even more, Steven is also the godfather of Drew Barrymore and Gwyneth Paltrow. Most recently, Jessica responded to news that Sex and the City's Aidan Shaw, played by John Corbett, may return for the spin-off And Just Like That. Aidan and Sarah Jessica Parker's Carrie Bradshaw received a fairly new update when HBO Max dropped an image of the characters holding hands in the center of a New York City street, captioning the post, "Shh, don't tell anyone." When Jessica discovered the snap, she responded, "I have a lot of feelings about this." In other news, Steven very recently issued a statement about the late Melinda Dillon, saluting and praising the two-time Oscar nominee for Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Quote, "Melissa was generous of spirit and lent such kindness to the character she played. She was a wonderful actor and as gifted in dramas as she was in beloved comedies. We will all miss her." Taking our 7th spot are Macaulay Culkin and Paris Jackson. Paris is the goddaughter of Home Alone's Macaulay, with the two even sharing matching tats. In 2021, Paris dropped some exclusive details on how her late father used to parent her before his passing. As the King of Pop's legacy continues between his art and his children, the world just can't seem to get enough of the sneak peeks into his former life. Like when Paris made a no-filter appearance for Naomi Campbell's YouTube series and opened up about her childhood and the values and ethics Michael instilled in her as a child. Quote, "My dad was really good about making sure we were cultured, making sure we were educated, and not just showing us the glitz and glams like hotel hopping 5-star places." Paris also noted how she was conceived in Paris and birthed in LA, but recalls growing up pretty much everywhere. The modeling singer was nearly 11 when MJ passed in June 2009, but she never forgot his influence over her life, even now. Taking our 6th spot are Elton John and Brooklyn Beckham, who share a godson-godfather relationship. Most recently, fans of The Masked Singer UK believe they figured out Fiennes' identity all thanks to an Elton hint. In the past, they've successfully unveiled the identities of other stars, like Daisy Mae Cooper's otter, based on a Doc Martin-related clue. Now, the season 4 sleuths think they know exactly who's hiding behind Fiennes' mask, chalking it up to award-winning actor Taron Egerton, following his Week 5 clue song of Elton's I'm Still Standing, which fans guessed was a nod to the iconic Elton role in the Rocketman musical. With Taron being an avid singer, it's not shocking that he'd show off his incredible talents on the UK TMS stage. As for Brooklyn, he and Nicola Peltz Peltz's wedding planners have publicly responded to the $159K lawsuit over alleged mistakes. Last week, the bride's father Nelson launched a lawsuit with demands to receive his deposit back from Nicole Bragin and Ariana Grande. However, Sunday's world-exclusive The Mail interview saw the accused pair blast back against what they suggest as a frivolous filing. Their claims included working around the clock for 17 hours a day to ensure the couple's nearly $4 million wedding went off without a hitch last April, stating Nicole sent them a text the day before they were fired saying, "You're killing it," and how Brooklyn was a sweet gentleman when he sent them another message saying, "Thank you guys so much for everything you're doing." Taking our 5th spot are Brandy, Norwood, and Snoop Dogg. Most fans are already aware of Brandy's sisterly connection to Ray J, but fewer know about her relation to Snoop Dogg, who is she and Ray J's cousin. Brandy and Snoop even collaborated in 2009 for the track Special. Approximately 5 years ago, Brandy dished her new perspective on a return to Broadway's Chicago. The R&B singer's re-arrival was marked on August 17, 2017, when she spent 2 weeks as Roxy Hart at the Ambassador Theater. For Snoop, he and George Clooney reunited to recreate their first Jimmy Kimmel Live appearance for its 20th anniversary special. On Thursday, Jimmy reigned in 20 years of JKL with a star-studded primetime airing, marking the joyous anniversary of his late-night series. As a part of the celebration, Jimmy brought back the 2 guests who were originally welcomed on his show's debut in 2003. Snoop was one of the 2 celebrity co-hosts who made a first episode appearance, taking part in a short-lived spoof that had Jimmy joined by a different celebrity sidekick on his show each week. Taking our 4th spot are Melissa and Jenny McCarthy. Melissa and Jenny grew up in close quarters in their hometown in Illinois, where, according to People, Jenny assisted Melissa in getting her first sitcom role on her leading show Jenny. US Weekly reported the 2 aren't spotted much together, however, with Jenny informing radio host Howard Stern that they basically remain in opposite worlds. Melissa's most recent endeavors include her showcasing her vocals in Super Bowl's Booking.com commercial. The actress teamed up with the digital traveling company for their comedic SB commercial, set to be revealed during the massive February 12th game. On Jenny's side, she recently reminisced about the touching story behind her and her husband Donnie Wahlberg's wedding. When the spouses initially appeared at a red carpet event together, they were unaware that that night would hold the key to the soundtrack of their life and intimate wedding the year after. Having been privately seeing one another for approximately a month at that point, the duo attended a Dancing with the Stars event near Jenny's hometown at the historic Hotel Baker. It was here where the organizers requested the pair pick a song for their first spotlight dance, eventually dancing to The Sound of Music. According to Jenny, this full circle moment would have them selecting TSOM for their first day wedding dance nearly a year later to date at the very same Hotel Baker they first danced at as a couple. Taking our 3rd spot are Yara Shahidi and Nasir Jones. The grown star and rapper are second cousins and have stayed close over the course of the years their careers have respectively launched. Yara once dished it in style how her mom and the singer grew up together, and she was a flower girl at his wedding ceremony. Nowadays, Nas is on the quieter side when it comes to the media, but Yara is still kind of the talk of town, especially when she was captured in a stunning Dior fit that was absolutely giving. Styled by Jason Bolden, Yara perfectly donned the pretty ensemble for the fashion house's show during the annual Fashion Week run. Yara sported the nude combo outside of the show's house and was hyped up to the max on her stylist's IG page in a candidly featured reel while stunningly modeling the final look. Taking our 2nd spot are King Charles and Ralph Fiennes. The UK monarch and Harry Potter actor are 8th cousins who can pat their lineage right back to James II of Scotland, who was the mid-15th century ruler according to BBC America. Most recently, Charles's bond with his eldest son William is reportedly threatened by his other son Harry's media bombshells. According to royal expert Daniela Elser, Charles and William may be heading for an icy rift of their own, warning how their previously warm relationship is being tainted by all of Harry's publicly disputed issues. She also suggested they've been in disagreement over the coronation decision, where Harry was invited to Charles's event in May and William was reportedly against this. Daniela later shared how William and Charles's closer relationship sprouted from Harry and his wife Meghan Markle demoting themselves from the royal family back in 2020, but how the release of Harry's memoir Spare is now looming over their seemingly tight-knit bond. On the side of Rafe, he stated he has major regrets over not addressing how his name is pronounced and spelled, but noted it's too late now to reverse. The Made in Manhattan BAFTA-winning actor took part in a Hollywood Reporter sit-down in 2011 to discuss his directing debut when he was questioned about the story behind his name. He confessed, "Sometimes I wish I fixed it earlier on. There's a tradition in the UK of pronouncing Ralph as Rafe. It's one of those peculiar English things where something is pronounced completely different from how it's spelled." Taking our first spot is Sia and Maddie Ziegler. Maddie is the goddaughter of musician Sia, and they've seemingly done it all. From Sia buying Maddie a car for her 16th birthday, to Maddie regularly attending sleepovers at Sia's home. The relationship first started when Sia reached out to Maddie during her time on the former dance series, Dance Moms, to star as the singer in her Chandelier video. Since Maddie has taken part in other Sia-related projects, including additional music videos and a controversial movie surrounding autism that had fans up in arms. But overall, this hasn't seemed to do too much damage to their relationship, as they've seemingly taken a back seat from sharing their time together with the public. Nowadays, not much has been heard from Sia, but according to a Showbiz cheat sheet article from February 4th, Maddie forced herself to swallow her perfectionist ways for the fallout. Anyone who was a fan of Maddie's in her younger days, watching her grow up on the Lifetime reality show, knows how much she strives for perfection. As a young girl, she was determined to do everything just right and nothing less. So she's both shocked and impressed fans by doing a complete 360 of her artistry now in an attempt to fight off her perfectionism. Maddie's desire to live in the moment has become especially notable since she began film acting, with other projects like West Side Story and the upcoming Bloody Hell allowing the young star to embrace new ways of storytelling. That's in today's WATN. I've been your host Michaela, and thanks for watching, friends.